Hello, hello. Welcome to
Baka wa ore da Suvari sugite ni natazo!
So, the title is going to say something like, I'm going to work on this thing for 2 months. Well, in reality it will be 3 months, probably, because no way in hell am I making it in 2. The game I have chosen to make is the Boss Rush game. The reason being that it's the simplest project to make. The other ones have question marks about how exactly things should be and if 2 to 3 months is even a realistic goal. With the Boss Rush game, I know exactly what I'm doing and what the plan is. 8 fights, 6 mandatory, 2 optional, about a week per boss fight for development. The game will be simple, but I added some touches to make it a bit more interesting. The most simple is the style system. When you do stuff in the game, you get style. Of course attacking, but also dodging at the last second or letting bullets or attacks graze you, so like barely hit you. The higher your rank, the more damage you deal, but if you get hit, you drop all the way back to E rank. The bar does go down quickly, but the only way to go down in full rank is to get hit. You can also cash all your style points by doing a charge attack. Yeah, the charge attack isn't in the game yet. The other thing I added is directional attacks. Currently just up, down and neutral, but these add some choices and combo options to the game. Bosses have revenge values that wait for you to hit them with a finisher or rack up enough hits, so crafting combos is part of the game. Different bosses will have different revenge values, so you can craft one for each encounter. And lastly, the classic parry and grapple. Some attacks can be parried. When you parry or attack, you build up stagger. When an enemy is staggered, you do a big damage move. If you do a charge attack, when your style rank is maxed, it will always stagger. I would like to show even half of this stuff off, but as of now, only a smart of it is playable in the game. That's why I added a whole month to the end. If I wanted to be on schedule, then the first boss should probably be done already. As you can see, I'm very far away from that. It is to be expected. I'm building all the systems, so the creation of those systems gets added to the completion time of the first boss. Afterwards, it can go a lot quicker. Same thing happened in Iridescent. The first few took months, then most others took less than a week. So, if I really sweat my ass off, I could probably finish those 8 fights in the 2 months I had planned. But, to make it a game, I need more stuff. I don't plan to add any real levels or anything. The vast majority of the gameplay are going to be the boss fights. What I want to add are tutorials, some small story elements that hype up the fights, and of course around 3 cutscenes for the start of the game, the ending and the optional ending. There's also the matter of some playtesting and adding visuals to the arenas. To help speed things up, I have completely overhauled the visuals. The previous style was neat, but animating took ages. In around 1 day, I've caught up with all the animation I spent 3 days making before, not even counting all the animations that were there from when I initially made this code 6 years ago. I'm focusing on minimizing the amount of frames of animation by focusing on visual effects that I just need to code once and can reuse everywhere. Normally I would just hand animate everything, but I do not have that kind of time if I want to finish within the assigned deadline. Yes, I know this all now looks like Iridescent again. I didn't want to make it look like it again, but Iridescent's art style was also made with the express purpose of making stuff fast. For this type of game, a lot of animation work is needed, so speed is a priority. I do want to return to the art style of the initial version. One day, maybe, but for a different game. It is bothering me how similar the 2 games look, and how both use color as a theme in their story/mechanics. It makes sense. Not only is this game built off a prototype of Iridescent, but also the story from that prototype build is a prototype story for Iridescent. I just fear people will think that's all I do. The next game will have nothing to do with color, I swear to God. I'm also trying to stream the development a bit on Twitch, mostly to use as B-roll for these videos. But hey, maybe that will increase my audience a bit. That's about what I had to say. Real life has been kicking my ass, so I didn't get that much development time which is also a reason why I'm worried about the deadline. Worst case scenario, I will just cut a boss or two. I will do at least one video a week to promote the project and to show you guys the progress. About streams, I don't know when they will happen. What should happen next week is that this boss is done. If it isn't, then that means I will probably have to cut the bosses from 8 to 6. Anyways, that's all for the video. Now, fuck off.